Does it matter how we're feeling emotionally as far as that affecting our health? I don't know. Does that even make sense? Well, let's talk about it. Let's find out on this next podcast of Digest This.
Welcome to Digest This, the show that helps you revolutionize your digestive health. Here are your hosts, Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato.
Hello, and welcome to Digest This. I'm Dr. Liz Cruz, and I have the beautiful Tina Nunziato sitting right here next to me. I hope that some of you are watching this on YouTube and just...
I've heard a lot more people are watching it on YouTube.
Are you? Okay,
Yeah.
cool, awesome.
They're getting a kick out of you and I at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how to take that exactly.
I know, right?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't care because we're getting more
It doesn't
YouTube
matter.
viewers.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
If it takes us being goofy to get YouTube.
Yeah,
viewers,
totally.
then we will.
Plus, this is so much fun. I mean, we've been doing this for so many years now, and slowly building up our library, and it's a lot of fun. We're learning. I hope you're learning something, and I hope, if anything, that you're just enjoying the podcast or YouTube, however you're watching this or listening to it. So, anyways, welcome. If you are a first-time listener, we welcome you to this journey with us. If you're one of the regular listeners that's been with us on the journey, we love you and we thank you for being on the journey, and we love you too if you're new. Okay,
We love everybody.
We just love everybody. So let's talk about this. We don't specifically have a specific topic to talk about because I just wanted to talk a little bit about our emotional well-being. And
That's like a can of worms. Jeez.
it's all right, and we only have 10 minutes.
I was
okay?
going to say, yeah.
So we got to do this
luck.
pretty quick and wrap it up here pretty soon. But one of the things that I'm just starting to really embrace and realize on this journey that I've been on. And if you are not aware of the journey I've been on this journey now. We actually started podcasting about my own personal health journey in January. And it's basically, just to summarize it, I had a CAT scan that showed some enlarged lymph nodes that were seen back in 2019, and then it got worse in 2020, and so then I started on this journey, which has actually been an amazing journey of learning and doing a lot of self-care, which I really was not doing well. But the whole part of the emotional well-being is something that I'm starting to really understand how off I was. What do I mean by that? So I realized several months ago how, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm not getting emotional, not yet. I just realized how, let's talk about, for example, forgiveness, which I believe we spoke about already.
A year ago, 2 years ago, we probably talked about forgiveness.
Yeah, forgiveness. And how, in general, I've always felt that I was a forgiving type person, and I'm always willing to, have my cheek slapped and have the other one slapped. I'm always willing to, oh, it's okay, let's move on. But I really realized how really there were some grudges that I was carrying, that I'd carried through the years, and it was just, things would come up and I would think about someone who had done this to me in my childhood, and how I was still carrying it with me, and I didn't really realize that really meant that I hadn't truly forgiven. So that was one of the big realizations I had on this journey I've been on since last September. That's September of 2020, when I really started really looking into what I could do to take care of myself. I've been so busy taking care of my patients, taking care of everyone else and the kids and my wife, and not really taking care of myself well. And so the whole forgiveness piece was so huge, because when I realized how many grudges, let's use that, I was carrying with me that I'd had for years and years. I was like decades, yeah. And I literally went through,
and they're all little things,
just little stuff
that have just happened over the course of
like
your lifetime.
some of it little ridiculous stuff, like something somebody said that that
you're just holding on to.
But the weight that was lifted off of my heart as I started to forgive everyone, because it wasn't affecting them, it was affecting me. And that was one of the biggest things I learned about forgiveness. The forgiveness is more for me than for that other person. So that was a huge discovery for me. I started also doing a lot in the way of, gratitude, and realizing how I was focused more on things that were not going right as opposed to things that were going right. Okay? Focus on things that I didn't have as opposed to focusing on things that I do have in my life. And I'm not talking just about material things. I'm talking about just the fact that I wake up in the morning and that my heart is beating and that I can throw my legs off the bed and stand up. Okay? That I actually have two legs that I can walk on, and that I have two eyes that I can see with, and I can, do the things I need to do and move about. I mean, and I just started realizing, wow, there is so much to be grateful for that I haven't been being grateful for. And it's not that I was being ungrateful, like I wasn't intentionally being ungrateful, but I was, as life goes on and we're so busy and we're focused on our kids or our parents or our spouse or work, what's going on at work, we forget to take the time to be intentionally grateful for all the many blessings that we have. So I've been really working on my gratitude and my being grateful. And over the last several months, just been doing different things, been doing different meditations, praying more, and have just noticed how there has actually been a shift in my energy, okay? Like for the more positive, like I actually feel a thrill throughout my body more often than I used to. And I know that is going through every cell in my body, all right? Every cell, because your body is a living organism. You're made of organs, which are made of tissue, which are made of cells. And your cells, I mean, those are living things, those cells. And it absolutely feels the vibration in your body. We are vibrational beings with energy, okay? And you can have negative energy flowing through you. You can have positive energy. Like everything has an energy. I mean, you can walk in a room and you can feel the energy. If you've got a person in there that is angry, you're going to feel it because we are energetic beings and we can feel energies. And all of that is felt through all of the cells in your body. So the different things that I've been doing, being to be more grateful. I've been trying to I'm praying more. I'm, intentionally taking time. Like even yesterday when I was doing my colonoscopies, I was in my head being grateful for the nurse I was working with, for the anesthesiologist that was working with me, for the tech that was working with me, for the little tools that I have that I can put through the colonoscope to take off polyps and do biopsies, for the fact that the patient was there and trusted me to take care of them. And I'm just like, wow, I've not ever for any amount of time taken the time to be grateful for those things. And it is crazy how even doing that and being intentional about doing that just totally changes your energy and your vibration, to be grateful. I mean, and to be grateful for what is going good as opposed to focusing on what's not going good.
Because there's always something.
there's always something.
Always.
There's always something. So instead of focusing on how something didn't go good, and if it didn't go well, okay, well, what's the solution? But then immediately focusing on, okay, well, that didn't work well, but look at what did work. Look at what did work well. And it's just crazy how it really, really changes your energy. And I wanted to share it because I'm feeling it so much, especially now. Like, I honestly am feeling a transition in my energies, like on a daily basis. And it feels so good. Like, I even told Tina the other day, we're human, right? We're going to get into our little tiffs. And I told her how it feels. Well, I don't know if I told her this part, but if I didn't, I'm telling you now.
Okay.
When we get into like a little argument, like that energy of that negativeness from the argument, it's like I'm more and more aware, and like it's louder, and it doesn't feel good. Like, I feel like we've got to figure it out, find the solution and make it good, because I feel like the negative energy has become much louder to me over the past several months as I've become more and more aware.
Well, it's the balance, right? They always say there's a balance of energy. So
Right.
if you're feeling the positive stronger, then you're going to feel the negative stronger too.
Yeah. I agree. That's so true. That's so true. So, I was telling her, okay, look, I mean,
Want to fix it.
Yeah, we're going to
faster.
get into a tiff here and there about stuff. I mean, we've got children, we've got work, we've got all sorts of things that can pop up. There's always going to be interruptions that occur in our life. And so my goal is to try to get that taken care of, like ASAP, so that we can get the balance back into where we feel more of that positive energy.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just wanted to share that. I don't know where we are time-wise.
Pretty deep.
Yeah, did you like that?
Deep.
Do you have any?
Well, I like how it's simple what you're doing. It really is.
It
really
is.
Simple.
It's so simple.
It's just very intentional.
Right.
I mean, you have to be very intentional about what you
Yes.
just said and
Yes.
doing, but it's so easy and it has such a major impact.
It does.
So this is, again, something where people are like, I don't have the money to invest in supplements or whatever. But again, drinking water, for example, is a great thought about getting healthy. That doesn't cost a lot of money. Doing this, being intentional about your thoughts, costs zero money.
Right.
And it completely can affect your health and your well-being. And it's, doesn't cost anything except your time and being intentional. So I think that's
exactly right.
The important part to get from this is that you don't have to have money to invest in yourself.
No,
right?
No, absolutely. And like one thing, like I want to talk about this piece that I've been doing pretty much all my life. Okay. I was raised Seventh Day Adventist, a Christian, and we, that's a very important thing in our household is making sure, trying to nurture the whole thing with our children having a relationship with God. For us, it's God. I mean, everybody has whoever your higher power is. For us, it's God. So all my life, from the time I can remember as a child, I was very intentional, even as a child, in having my worship time with God. So my alone time where I would either, read something from the Bible and pray from the time I was a child. Okay. Always. So even, through my adulthood. So I've gotten to a point over the last few years where I've made it like really complicated and it became really cumbersome. But I still wake up and have done it every morning. And the first part of my morning for like 20 minutes, half an hour is just having time with God in whatever way I choose to do it. So I've made it really complicated and I got like really overburdened. Like, what am I going to do now? Like, what part of the Bible am I going to read now? Like, I just got to do it, and it wasn't fun. And that's not how it's supposed to be. I mean, I think that God wants us to have a loving, fun relationship with him. At least that's the kind of God I feel that I worship. So I found this app called Hollow, which is a Catholic-based app. but it has the rosary, but it has a lot of other like meditations and things like that. And so they have one that you could do in the mornings, and it's like the daily meditation. And you can do 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. It's very simple. The woman who does it has like a soothing voice, and she's like, okay, get into your prayer position and prepare to just, focus on God. And she reads a daily reading from the gospel. So it could be Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. And then she really focuses on that. And she reads it like 2 or 3 times. And then there's time in between her readings, the same passage that she reads, where you can just be praying, and you can even set the music. And so I've set the music to Gregorian chanting, which I realized like really relaxes me. Mm-hmm. Like I realized like as soon as I started listening to it, like my energy was like,
you go into
boom!
a trance.
I go into a trance, you know, and sometimes I put on the bells, and I do that. And it's so like I've really been able to like focus more, pray in a more meaningful way. And the best part is that I love it and I'm having fun with it. And that's what we need to be doing in life anyways, is having fun with it and loving it. So now I don't feel like so like cluttered and overburdened, like, well, what am I going to do for my worship today? Now it's like I look forward to it.
So how do you spell that out?
Hallow, Hallow. Okay. And again, like I said, it is a Catholic based app. So there is the rosary that's on there, the mysteries, but there's so much on it. And you can buy a membership into it, like a yearly membership where it opens up other stuff. I haven't bought a membership because there's already enough on it that I can use for free. And I'm doing it every morning and I'm just loving it.
Cool.
There is something else that I'm going to share with you on our next podcast that I've been doing that's called Emotional Freedom Tapping, which I don't believe I've talked about, but which I've been doing now for the past several months. And I do every day, once or twice a day. And actually, I do it while I'm in the car driving. Again, so easy, and it's a free app. And again, you can buy a membership that opens up more things, but there's plenty on it that you can use for free. So yes, what Tina said is so true. There's so much that you can do for free, okay? That you can do. I do it while I'm driving in the car, and it's helped me so much. And so I don't think I've talked about it yet. I don't even think I've shared it with Tina yet.
No, yeah, I didn't
but
know.
It's a little secret that I'm going to share on our next podcast because I think it's time.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to bring this podcast to a close. We'll catch you on the next podcast, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato. To learn more about their revolutionary products and services, go online to www.drlizcruz.com.